Episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com. Authentic Muay Thai lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of the Nak Muay. Go check it out.
I want to talk about Black Room at Teep Studios. If you enjoy the content of this podcast, you will definitely enjoy the value that you get out of the Black Room and being a member of the Black Room. What it is it's a subscriber-based way to support the podcast. If you enjoy the podcast and want it to continue, I'm asking for your help. And in exchange, you're going to get an underground view of Muay Thai, American Muay Thai, as well as within Thailand. We have people who are now working on the ground in Thailand that are helping us get media, content, all that stuff. We're posting it there on Black Room, as well as behind-the-scenes footage of the podcast recordings when we're recording. After I stop recording for stuff that we broadcast, we put some subscriber-based only content on there. So you're going to really get a lot of value out of that subscription. Okay, it's not just supporting the podcast. We also have podcast subscriber-only merchandise that's coming out as well here in 2024. So you have to be a part of the Black Room in order to get access to that. So I'm asking you for your help on that, but I know that it's not so much of you helping me. It's going to be us giving you a ton of value that you're going to get and just enjoy it. And it's only $5 a month. All right, you can cancel it anytime. Every little bit counts. Please go join it. The link is down in the show notes. All right. Anyways, sit back and enjoy the show. Sweaty Cop, welcome to this episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast here at Teep Studios. I have the pleasure of having Coach Connor here on the podcast today. Let's get this mic.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. So that's as close as it's going to get. So, good, man. Just went over, we grabbed food. You're in town with work. So I was like, hey, let's get you on the podcast. It's like 9:30 at night right now, too.
Night owl. It's not a big deal.
You're a night owl?
Big time.
Dude, since I moved out here to the desert, I've been going to bed a lot earlier because you have to.
Because it's hot.
It's hot as fuck, dude. It's like 110 right now. And
not doing a good job selling me on moving here, dude.
It was only for like
to expand the Muay Thai empire.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
The desert.
It's terrible in Arizona for like a couple months.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's not bad.
The rest of the time, it's heaven on earth, right?
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. So the big thing though is getting up early so that way you can go be outside and do outdoor stuff.
That makes sense.
Like, and you get a desert sunrise and desert sunset is pretty fucking epic. Like, I know Ventura is supposed to have like one of the nicest sunsets. Not to get all soft here, but desert's pretty fucking.
I believe you. I've seen Star Wars. I've seen the Tatooine, the binary sunset.
That was
the best part of A New Hope.
I think that's the first Star Wars reference that's been dropped on the podcast.
You move out to Arizona, Luke Skywalker out.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker is in, dude. Yeah, you come out here, Luke Skywalker's gone.
Yeah.
Then I'll say, Connor, I am your father. But, right here, grab some food over at True Food Kitchen. It's over at Scottsdale Quarter. You got to see a little bit, like, different than where the tournament it was a couple years back when you were out here in Arizona last.
Yeah, when I came out here to fight, it was not the nicest area of town.
No, there was.
But I pretty much went back and forth between the hotel I was staying at and the hotel we were competing at.
Yeah, anybody like if that's your perception of like Arizona, it's like, oh, you fucking like it out there?
Yeah, I know.
Like crackheads and everything. Like that?
No, literally, it was like for every like 4 corner intersection, 3 of the corners were occupied by crackheads.
Straight up, dude. Given this, there's still not in Scottsdale, but like in areas of Phoenix, as I'm sure you've known, because I've been here a few times now. It's definitely big city vibes. But what's funny about it is like, so this street right here is Shea. Mm-hmm. So Shea Boulevard goes all the way through like Phoenix. So like Shea Boulevard can get ghetto too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it goes all the way over to like the west side of the valley. So it's funny how they gridded out the whole city and everything. But we were talking a little bit about the new academy and stuff.
Yeah,
on Instagram. Like when I see you guys posting it, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Where are these motherfuckers at? And I'm like,
oh wait, that's
our gym.
Yeah, that's our new academy. Yeah, that happened to me. It's like it was after the first class that I took there that I saw like a clip of like a couple people I didn't even know if I recognized anyone in it, but immediately I was like, "What's this gym?" Like every time I see a new gym pop up on Instagram, I was like,
What is this?
Who's that? Are they good? Can we beat them up?" And I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's us." Like it's Coach Zach and Vinny. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, that's our cool gym.
Yeah. That's our new home, man. Yeah. I was there this past weekend. Just camped out there because there's like I needed to like spend time. Like I spent time in the space when it was empty to figure out where everything was gonna be at. Like we just spent like hours there. Just okay, how's everything gonna be laid out? And then I spent like 3 12-hour days just being there, just to like figure out what needs to get done and kind of figure out the action plan. Like okay, did our layout actually work? And it actually did. I was like, fuck yeah, like. This is,
dude, it's nice.
Yeah, you're always wondering, like, after
Super nice.
Yeah, well, after thank you, man. I'm stoked you're a part of it. So, the big thing with it, too, is, like, for the old location we're at, for anybody that doesn't know, we were there for 10 years. All right? One of the students, they came up to me, like, just so you know, I loved the old gym, but I felt like we were in the back of a dive bar, which I'm fine being in the back of a dive bar.
Yeah.
This feels much more like...
Yeah, this is like a legit location. It's super nice.
Yeah, I'm very like this space didn't exist also because did you know it just got like they just finished building it.
Really?
Yeah, they just finished. So
I assumed that it's been there forever.
No, well the building, like the inside and everything got completely redone. They completely got the whole place because it was a different building owner.
That's why the HVAC wasn't working when we moved in because they so new.
Because it was turned off, like, and they had the dampers closed and everything like that.
Okay.
So, which I learned in this office. So, like here, like during the summer, that's where the sun sets. It just cooks in here.
Yeah.
Right. And I told him, man, you guys got to turn my AC on. Like, we have it turned up. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, can you just let me in the office where the thermostat's at? And then there's a little thing that says closed. I'm like, see that switch up there? It says closed. Can I just flip it? They're like, I'm like, I'm just going to flip it. Fix it. After 3 months of like suffering in here.
Yeah. And the first couple training sessions in there were like pretty sweaty.
It's like hot yoga.
Yeah. And then my wife was there and she was like, man, it's hot in there. And I'm like, it's Muay Thai. Like, what do you expect? It's like I've been to places that are smaller and hotter, and they put space heaters on the edges of the mats just to make it like Thailand.
This is good to know, though, that it can get nice and warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Is like imagine when we turn the heater on.
Yeah, I know. There you go. Get it cooking in there.
But part of the reason is like it's just a better the seal on the back door. It's not going to be flooding.
Yeah,
and all that stuff in there. Better roof. Everything is just everything's new. So it just made it much easier for us to kind of build out. The landlord is like, reasonable guy. And so he helped out with some of the build out and stuff like that too. And just like I said, like I'm looking forward to like the next decade at this place.
Dude, it seriously couldn't have come at a better time. Like I was just telling you this. I'm not, necessarily, I'm not looking at the books and on the business side and seeing what the student count is and what the average retention is. But, it feels like the culture in the academy is at an all-time high. If you use the competition team as a proxy for how well things are going, we've got more people competing than we ever did before. We have more people ready to compete than we've had before. We have people showing interest in it. When I first joined, it was like
right when COVID happened.
Yeah, it was right when COVID happened. And despite that, there was like a pretty solid group of people like meeting up to like work on sparring and competition prep and stuff like that.
Heart cleaning.
And it's been, yeah, exactly. But there's like an ebb and flow to it. And right now it's like, you need a team to compete because you can't have just one guy sparring with only 2 people to get ready. Iron sharpens iron. And
you can, but it's not. You can't do.
It's not ideal. Yeah, like I've done it.
I've done it too.
Yeah, exactly. Like I did it at a gym where I was the only person there that competed ever because it wasn't a Muay Thai gym.
Oh, it was what your Krav Maga.
Yeah. It was when I was teaching.
Hey, I think we might have talked about this in one of the old episodes. For those that don't know, Connor's been on the podcast once, twice solo and then once with a group. Yeah, because we did in Santa Barbara, right?
Yeah, but it's been a while. It's been for sure.
That was 2021 or 2022.
Yeah, it's like at least 2 years since the last time I was on the podcast.
It's been a while. So, with the space, like you're saying, to see it grow, like we've been, trying. This is what we were trying to do right before COVID happened. This was supposed to be 2000.
I remember that.
Yeah, this was supposed to be 2020. All right. But it's okay. Like I said, this building didn't even exist back then.
Yeah.
So the fact that they got this building, they renovated it, did all this stuff, is like, hey, we now have this badass new building that we can move into. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, it's an ideal space.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
And it was, and for it to only be like 3 blocks away from the old location.
Yeah.
It was easy.
And the parking's better too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, better parking. That's a hot topic in California in general. So got the boxing ring back up too, which is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. That was really nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have just cohesive space. Also, like for you guys to hang out there too. Like, so we have actual space. Like, there's an actual walkway.
Yeah.
Right,
so you can go to the back without having to take your shoes off.
Yes,
there have been times that I left and I forgot a water bottle in there, and I was dreading going back, and I'd stand at the edge like a vampire, and I'd be like, "Hey, Coach Steven, can you grab my keys, my water bottle for me, please? Like, I don't want to take my shoes off."
And go all the way back again. Yeah, like I'm ready to go. Yeah, and it's just, and having the office, having a little break room and stuff like that too. It's better for the students, better for the staff and the team. Like when I was hanging out there for 12 hours, I didn't feel like it went by fast.
Yeah,
didn't feel like it was 12 hours. The other place, if there's people coming in and out of there, like you get drained because there's no place to just like shut the door and just kick your feet up.
Totally. No, it's super nice. Like I'm grateful that we have the setup that we do, and I'm excited to see what we can do with the team now that we have even more space, better tools, things like that.
Yeah, we did a lot in that one space, man. We got multiple national titles, fought in Thailand, fought in China, fought in Canada, Mexico, all over the U.S. Like, I think it's just going to kind of just
take off.
Going.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So, and speaking of like the competition, definitely, I feel like the Eat-Sleep Teep semi-contact events really kind of played into that too, because it's right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the fact that we've been hosting semi-contact competitions has been great because, I mean,
I know you're on the semi-contact.
Yeah, well, like you know this too. It's like semi-contact is a double-edged sword because if you are going to go on to compete in full contact, that is going to count towards your record in a way. Yeah, for sure. If you're fighting in a tournament like the USMTO, without necessarily giving you the same amount of experience as fighting full contact, but like for the people that's the level of competition that they're going to taste, and that's it. Like, it's great to have it right there. Yeah. Because we don't have to drive down to Carlsbad or somewhere else.
Yeah.
To make this happen. Or in Coronado.
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's right in the backyard, and it's accessible, like, for the people that are going to compete full contact. Like, we can throw them in there, and I felt like it was a bigger investment to take somebody that far to go compete and to get them interested in it. And so we would probably spend a little too long building them up. And now it's like, hey, like if we can look at someone, it's like, you don't have to be training forever to be like, all right, enough, like go in there and get some experience.
Yeah, go get the experience. And then it also for the people that maybe don't have the confidence, and you can like allow them to gain some confidence and like realize like, hey, dude, you can go do full contact stuff. Like
it makes viewership easier for more people too.
Well, the last event sold out.
Did the first one not?
The first one didn't.
Oh, no kidding.
No, we had more people at this one.
Really?
There was way more people.
That's awesome.
One. So with
I didn't know that there was a cap to it. I didn't know
there is. Yeah, the cap is I believe 747 people. So we
no way. Yeah, that's awesome.
So that because it includes the coaches, the fighters,
sure,
right, and everybody,
everyone traveling to watch. Yeah.
So it was just like very much like a good thing. That's on the third event.
I like that it's making us more of a mainstay, like staple in the community too.
Yeah,
like it's part of like the Ventura scene.
Now Ventura is like, if we have there's a Muay Thai thing there.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool.
When are we gonna start doing full contact events?
Well, that's one of the things that's coming up actually. So, we actually got a title sponsor. So it's gonna be Eat Sleep Teep, number 4, presented by Ghost Brand.
Okay.
So it's
like a protein brand?
No, it's different. No, it's different. It's spelled like GOH, and then like the letter is 0.
Okay.
ST and then brand. So I had to find. I'll get it down in the show notes for anybody's listening out there. But it's stuff, dude. It's like it's all made in Thailand. Like the best quality stuff. Like
so training gear.
Yeah, it's training gear, and they also like with like nice Muay Thai shorts, but it's different. It's kind of like the Gucci belt of Muay Thai gear.
I love to, dude. That's my jam.
This is
this is why like I'm such a weird gear nerd. Like I have to have the stuff.
Yeah.
That's like I had Yokow gear at a Krav Maga gym in like 2019. And it's like now everyone has it's like, all right, got to get rid of it. Got to get something else.
So this is the one. So they have like
I spent forever trying to get like booster gear or stuff that
because you couldn't get.
You only buy it in Europe.
Yeah.
Or Thailand.
So
and I never got it.
This
grubby hands on
this
it.
stuff is doing. I guess they're gonna be doing pop-up only. Like you can't get it online.
You're gonna get me some, right?
Well, they're gonna be at the East League.
I'm due for a new set of shin guards and gloves. My lace-up gloves that I won a national championship.
Yeah.
To have recently split the back split open and the foam's coming out.
Yeah. These ones. This is what they did. Is like the liner of like shin pads?
Yep.
They're just usually like black or some. So you put like neoprene and you put like these really cool designs that covers the whole shin guard in through that too.
Okay.
So it's very unique stuff I didn't really see. Same thing with the gloves. Like the liner of the glove has the designs and everything in it. So it's just like cool. It has a very unique touch to it. And it's like there's like of course Asian art inspired and some that are just like more like art pieces.
Yeah,
more or less.
That's fun.
And same thing with the shorts. They have like a whole collection with it. But I'm super stoked. So shout out to Ghost Brand for making that happen because doing that is going to allow us to start working towards that full contact.
Yeah.
Because that's the goal, is to have full contact Muay Thai in Ventura, like legit. And the Spencer McKenzie's, they do like the cornhole tournament.
Yeah.
So I guess LFA Legacy Fighting Alliance, they're doing LFAs at Ventura Fairgrounds. The day before our next East League Teep event. They just announced it a few days ago.
Really?
Yeah. So I told the guys from Ghost Brand, I'm like, hey, you're gonna be out here, maybe hit them up too, because you're there in town. And a bunch of the people that train at his gym, train at the guy's gym out in New Mexico. He's friends with like Carlos Condit and all those guys. So I wouldn't be surprised if like they have somebody out there that's gonna be competing anyways. So
badass.
Yeah, but going back onto it too, of course I'm gonna be there flying the shit out of that the night before everybody's cars at the fairgrounds.
There you go.
Good. Hey, you're in town, might as well come watch the fights. Like I wouldn't be surprised if some of those guys' gyms would be interested in actually coming since they're gonna be there already.
Totally.
So that's what I'm gonna try to figure out who's on that card and stuff like that, and kind of do a little push towards them. But definitely the community getting behind Muay Thai and realizing like. There's something that I didn't have growing up in Ventura. We didn't have this.
Yeah.
Everybody surfed, they skated. If you didn't do one of those two things,
exactly,
you were probably doing drugs or you moved out of town. Like that was your options as a teenager, or doing like playing punk rock and a mixture of all the things. So to have like another outlet for kids and like the youth and like have like a different path that's positive is super fucking cool. Even just a place to go watch. Right, and hang out in like a positive environment, because even like the full contact, we're not going to do like the whole ring card girls thing or anything either.
Yeah, you don't need to.
No, we want to make it like family friendly.
Usually they're pretty gross anyway. So
damn,
the first couple fights that I fought.
Can I make you the ring card guy?
Ring card guy?
Yeah, like put I don't know, put it down.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, put it down if you want to see Connors.
Yeah, no
rings. You can put it in your jorts. Yeah. You can wear your jorts.
Jorts? Yeah.
Jorts. Yeah, you can wear your jorts. So you can put a little bow tie on it.
You fit.
Yeah.
They don't look enough like jorts, though.
We'll put a tuxedo shirt on you.
There you go.
Yeah. So, like there's some things to flesh out with Ryan Carroll on that too, but that's definitely on the chopping block. We're talking about the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
So 2026. And we'll see. Like, I hope that happens. I think it will. There's no reason right now why it shouldn't, but as we know, things change. Fucking roofs collapse and shit like that.
Yes.
Knocking on some wood on that. With that too, with East League Teep, thanks for your help on those too, by the way.
Of
course. What's next for you, man? I mean, you grew up doing Krav Maga, which we were talking about. I had Paul Revlin, shout out to Rev Gear, and came up and we were talking about that stuff because he's a Krav Maga guy, right?
Yeah.
You said he invented a pad.
I think he created the tombstone pad.
It's like the one you hold like on the side.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And it's got like the face of it is like half of the hexagon, where it's got like the flat surface that you strike directly, but it also it's like angled away.
Almost like an uppercut bag would be, right?
Kinda, yeah. Kind of like an uppercut bag, but it's like totally symmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he designed that for Krav Maga Worldwide, which is one of the organizations that certifies people to teach Krav Maga nationwide, internationally. It's called Krav Maga Worldwide. So like when I started training, I trained at a gym that was a Krav Maga Worldwide gym in Connecticut. And the guys that I trained with there had some like strong backgrounds in other martial arts because one of them had been in for so long. I think back in the day to get into Krav Maga and to be an instructor, you had to have a black belt and some other martial art.
Oh shit!
So he was like a second degree Taekwondo black belt.
And that's how you got.
There's an old guy named, his name, not that old, but his name was Tom. He was like the best. And I remember like you'd spar with him and he would just like throw axe kicks like directly in front of your face. He'd be like, I'm never ever going to touch anyone with this. But he'd just be like, hey, look what I can do.
From there.
Kind of, yeah. And it was super cool. And then but the guy that I trained with the most, he now runs a school, his own school in Connecticut. His name is Britt. And he had like a really strong Muay Thai background. Like when I first started teaching Krav Maga, I taught his classes when he left to go spend a month in Thailand to train out there. So when I ended up coming out to California, I trained and I taught again at the Krav Maga Worldwide headquarters in Los Angeles. And I was still very into Muay Thai. So I took I for a while, I did get a chance to do just straight Muay Thai, and I fought twice. And then I took my third fight. I organized it all on my own while I was teaching at Krav Maga Worldwide. Yeah. So I was like going up to different instructors and be like, do you want to be a corner man? Do you want to be a corner man?
Like, I need somebody.
I filled out their registrations. I was like, I at the weigh-in, I'm like, text me a picture of your driver's license. Like I did it all.
Man, talk about these people nowadays don't realize what it like. The kind of shit that we all had to do.
Dude, I wanted to fight so bad.
Yeah,
I wanted to fight so bad. I hadn't fought in a couple years. And
but
like,
the fact that you went out of your way to figure out what you needed to do to go register them.
Yeah, I did. Like I negotiated the weight and the rules with the promoter. Like literally, I was like, I want to fight at 145. I want to fight Muay Thai rules. And he was like, well, I got a guy. He'll do he'll do this weight. And then he's like, Muay Thai rules are good. And then they switched to kickboxing. And I was like, I'm already agreeing to fight at a heavier weight. I want elbows. Like I want to throw elbows and I want to clinch.
Yeah.
I don't want to do K1 rules. He's like, okay, well, I got this other guy. He'll do what you want, but he's at 140. And I was like, screw it. I'll cut the extra weight. Fine.
Yeah.
So I weighed in at 138.9 and I fought that guy.
Yeah, and to anybody out there that might be listening, it is a terrible idea if you have a coach.
Yeah.
Anything like that. I don't think it's necessary. There's enough Muay Thai out there where you can find a place.
Yeah,
and do,
exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
But this was not that long ago where there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities out there in places where you could train that had, knew what the fuck they were doing when it came into this stuff.
Yeah.
There wasn't. So,
the only reason I even knew to reach out to this guy was because I had fought for his show when I was with the gym, a Muay Thai gym, and he like messaged me afterwards, and it was a short notice fight, and he was like, hey, like he messaged me afterwards, like, hey, thanks for coming in and saving that. That was awesome because like my fight was entertaining to watch. Yeah, I went forward and I tried to rip people's heads off.
Yes.
And so I messaged him afterwards, and I was like, hey, I want to fight, I want this, I want to like, and I negotiated all that. I did the nutrition, and I was at a Krav Maga gym. So not at a Muay Thai gym. So I was driving 40 minutes to Sherman Oaks or more than that to train and get all this stuff set up. And
so for anybody that says, "Wow, it's 15 minutes to drive for half hour," I always like to remind people. Dude, I used to drive to North Hollywood from Ventura like multiple times a week. It's just crazy.
Part of the reason I was motivated to do it was because like there's not like a big culture of competing in Krav Maga because it's not a competitive.
No, it's self-defense.
And there are some people that maybe had like backgrounds in doing some stuff, but I was like, I'm teaching all these people. I want to show them that like, hey, I'll step up in front of you and I'll go try to kill someone that's trying to kill me. And that was great. And that's the great thing about our academy now. It's like, I don't think you can point to a single coach that we currently have that hasn't competed in Muay Thai.
No, all of them have.
Yeah, they all have.
Yeah, they all have.
And I think all of them in full contact too. Maybe one of them's
not Steven.
Not Steven.
Yeah, he's
still young. He's got his whole fight career ahead of him.
Yeah, so it's definitely in the cards for him though.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's working towards it.
Yeah.
So like when it comes into that, you're talking about nutrition and stuff like that. Like I know you started working with a nutritionist.
Yeah, I did. So I was I had done my own nutrition before, and the way I did it was I did the feast or starve method.
Yeah, fucking don't do that.
Yeah. So I would use here's because like when I took that fight at 140 pounds, I was, I had like 5 weeks notice and I was walking around at like 172 or something like that. So like I dropped a ton of weight. And my problem is I'm like really good at cutting weight, like really, really good at it. I can sweat like you wouldn't believe. And so it's like, for me, it's like, it's like if you hit every green light on the way to work and you make it in 15 minutes, then for the rest of the time, you're like, oh, it only takes 15 minutes to get to work. Like, so that was me. It's like, I can hit this weight doing it like this. So that's how I'm going to do it. So what I would do is I would use being booked for a fight as motivation to get in shape. So it's like when I'm booked, my discipline is perfect.
Yeah.
And when I'm not booked, it's like the stick bends completely the opposite direction. I go nuts. And so all of my fight camps became about
You're a fat camp.
my fight camps became about losing the weight and not about like actually getting good and getting prepared. So like I remember
skill.
Dude, I remember like I was basically starving myself for one of those fights. And there was one day where like I slipped up in an emotional weakness, like I ate a slice of Wonder Bread or something. And my training sessions that night felt amazing because like I had some carbs in my system for the first time in like 4 weeks. And I was like, this is how I should be training all the time. Like I should feel good in training.
Yeah.
So you and I came to an agreement. And
Because you're blowing up way too fucking much.
Yeah.
And I was like, stop, cut this shit out.
But you and I came to an agreement where you're like, I'm not going to book you unless you're at or below 165. And I was like, I agree to that.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
And then sense because I stayed fat. But I started, I did what I needed to do was I got help. Like I started talking to a nutritionist because it's like, I know everyone knows nominally what eating healthy is. Kind of, but like I needed my brain to get
surprisingly,
not even though, right? Yeah, because you were right. Because like my wife, on the one hand, she's like, "Here, eat this; it's healthy." And I was like, "Why?" Well, because it's got so much protein. And I'm like, my problem isn't protein intake. My problem is it's like so many calories.
Yeah.
But at the
it's not the right calories.
But also, like she also had a point because when I did lose weight, I wasn't like watching my protein, and like I was probably losing a lot of muscle along with it. So I started working with a coach. If you're looking for a coach, I highly recommend. The guy's name is Tony Christodoulou. His company is called Lifetime Transformations. He's like me. He's a fat kid on the inside. Like,
well, yeah, I saw you lost a bunch of weight. I'm like, oh shit.
I did. Yeah. Well, I needed someone that could help like fix my head and like the way that I had my relationship with food. And even still now, like I go nuts every once in a while, but now going nuts is like, okay, I ate like a little bit more of like I ate a little bit more rice than I should have, or like I ate like half of a Halo Top thing of ice cream. Going nuts before used to be like, using bolt cutters and like breaking into a Ben and Jerry's in the middle of the night and like cleaning out.
You were like one of those ice.
I love ice cream. Yeah. So I highly recommend Tony. So like, especially like if you have any trouble with nutrition or anything like that,
get a coach.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
someone who's not just a nutritionist, but has a history with combat sports. So if you're a combat sport athlete and you want to get better, I recommend 2 things. 1, keep listening to the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast. 2, look up Tony Christodoulou at Lifetime Transformations. He's the man.
Yeah. So, with that too, like when it comes to nutrition, like it took me a long time. I had to experiment a lot myself to figure out the kind of things that work.
Yeah.
And then when I came into coaching other people, it worked for some people, it didn't work for everybody too, right? For myself.
That's the thing, man. It's like everyone's different.
Yeah. And then
like it's like a worn out saying, but it's true. It's like, but there are some things that are the same though too.
There is some things the same across the board, but then then you add in the male female dynamic.
Yeah,
because women are completely fucking different.
Yeah,
like I had before where a girl, I saw her.
You've had a bunch of females.
Yeah, we had at one point we used to joke like it's like who's penetrating into the or infiltrating. That was poor choice of words.
Jeez, dude.
Who's infiltrating?
Relax, bro.
Who's infiltrating the women's only sparring class and getting their ass kicked today? Because it was like mostly like women fighters.
Yeah,
like straight up. So, the big one was like I had a girl and we were going to New York to the WKA tournament. She weighed 143 and she had to be 135.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm like, oh yeah, we can do that. Like we have 2 days. Yeah, we get to New York. I just see her drink a sip of water, not a sip. Like I gave her a handful of trail mix.
Yeah.
No sodium. She somehow gained and weighed 152 pounds when we got to New York.
That's wild.
What the fuck? She made the weight it wasn't fun. I talked to Mark Beecher. Shout out to Mark Beecher. I was like, dude, you trained a lot of women before. What do you do when they gain all this weight when they fly? He's like, they fucking cut it, dude. That's why you see sometimes they were having, like, you see women fights. They're like high level women, and they just look flat because they're having like their body, their menstrual cycle. But even with that, with nutritionists, they're getting more and more. They figured out a way to work around that better and plan around that, around like women's menstrual cycles and stuff too. And it became a point like where, like, when we were training women for competitions, like, hey, like, where in your cycle is this weighing gonna fall at? Because we need to prepare weight wise of where you're gonna be at, right, to get ready.
It's one of the many things that it's like, this is a weird, uncomfortable conversation, but it's like you kind of have to say these things with your coach.
Yeah, you need to,
especially if they actually, in your case, they happen to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, well, it's like you have to ask. It's like, yo, are you gonna? Because hey, if you balloon up, keep in mind you might balloon up. You know, how many pounds do you gain when you are on your period? Right, you gain 4 or 5 pounds. That's 4 or 5 pounds you need to lose. If you can lose it through dieting before, you should do that now, right? Rather than waiting and then all of a sudden realizing you're 9 pounds overweight. Yeah, the day of weigh-ins. So, it's a hard thing, man. And the thing is, men, women, they're all different in different body types, different dietary needs, different sizes, different metabolisms, all of it. So that's good that you're able to get that under wraps, man.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress, but I don't have.
You're eating chicken salad tonight, man.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't have a whole lot of years of potential to compete left. Like I have a kid. Yeah, like life is moving, and so and we have a lot of people at the academy now that have only, like, either they saw me compete a long time ago or they hear people talk about it, but they've never seen me compete. And one of the last times I was there were a couple people that were like, "Oh man, I would love to see Connor fight," and I was like, "All right, well, I've got an ego. That's a great way to get me started."
I know a couple opponents for you. I know
you sent me one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm at the point where, like, I'm past the point of saying maybe I will. It's like now or never. It's like either I'm gonna do it or I'm not. So I think I'm gonna pretty seriously consider, like, trimming off the rest of the weight, starting to get pretty serious about training.
And so you can
right when I was about to do that, I pulled a hamstring. So I'm kind of waiting for that to go away. But I think
welcome to your 30s, my friend.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it, dude. Like, everything slows down immediately. Like your metabolism, everything when you hit 30, it sucks.
But it's not right at 30. It's like it just starts like creeping.
Dude, for me, I noticed it at 30, but that's also because my last fight I was like 29.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too is when it comes in like stuff slowing down. Like I started noticing like 32ish. That's where I'm like, man, it hurts to run. Like my feet, like I used to get foot pain and stuff, but I was like, man, this really sucks. Like when it came into running and having to like figure out rehab to do, because I have flippers for feet. I should have been a swimmer.
Yeah,
instead I want to go kick people and shit. Yeah, but that's life. So I definitely feel it more and more, and I think going into the nutrition stuff too, that's definitely helps. You have to know what to eat to keep
that's the hardest part for me. It's like the mindset. Like I'm pretty decent when it comes to that. Like cardio is always a work in progress for everyone. Like technique, I'm okay. So it's like the diet has been the missing piece of the puzzle for me for a long time. That's been the part that's held advancement in all the other areas back.
What kind of mouthpiece you got?
I use a Shock Doctor mouthpiece.
Is it a custom mold or?
Yeah, it's one of the ones that, like, it's total like gel on the inside, and then you bite down and it makes the mold. But I'm not super in love with it. It's not custom molded though.
I recommend getting. So this is one of those things that's like a game changer. Like when you're talking about this, it's one of those things that I had an introspective moment for myself, and that's why I start carrying them, is those impact mouthpieces. So there's a couple other companies out there, but it's really, people are like, oh, it must be hard. No. It literally has a molding kit like you have at the dentist. They give you 2 of them just in case you fuck it up.
That's good, because every time I've fitted the Shock Doctor, I fucked it up.
Yeah.
every single time.
Well, this one, it's like a tray and you just bite down.
So I literally did it, and I was like, well, that's my backup mouth guard, and I got another one. So most people don't bring a backup mouth guard to their competitions.
You're supposed to have 2.
It's in the rules. It's in the rules. You got to have 2.
All right.
Sorry.
Won't let you not fight if you don't have 2, but you need to have 2.
Yeah, I always have 2.
So with it's really simple. You put it in your mouth, you have it sit there for a minute, you pull it out. They have a whole video how to do it. The box comes with the shipping label that you put it in a bag. You take a picture of it. First, you take a picture of it and you send it. They have an email address that you scan a QR code. You send it to them. And they let you know if the mold is good or not, or if you need to redo it. They usually let you know within like 24 to 48 hours. So that's cool. Once you get that, they say, hey, send it in. Cool, you send it in. The shipping label's in there. It seals the box up. Literally the box that it comes in, it gets sent in that. And then in like 5 days, you have a custom molded mouthpiece. And it's your custom design. And they use the Eat Sleep Teep. I gave them the okay.
Honestly, I'm probably going to do that just because, you know, my mouth guard is so old and it's disgusting.
It's one of those things, man. Like, I wish that somebody would have told me, like, hey, you need to get one of these.
Yeah.
Because I saw it for so many years. I was like, like, my mouthpiece is not that bad. Like, it's okay. But as soon as I got it, I'm like, holy crap, I can breathe way better. Because you don't have to worry about it at all coming out and like choking or coming out.
What I really need is to just wear it all the time so I can't eat any food.
Yeah, you need a double-sided mouthpiece.
That's the first one
I
ever used was a double-sided mouthpiece. And dude, it was the worst. Yeah. It's like you try to like chat a little bit between as it all just like spit falling out of your face. It's so disgusting.
Yeah, the only time you should wear a double-sided mouthpiece is if you're
playing football, dude.
Oh, yeah, braces too. Because like braces, it covers the bottom one.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of have to.
That's right.
You can get away with it, but you'll end up getting your mouth cut up more.
I might have had braces at the time, I think.
We'll use that as an excuse.
Yeah,
we're good. All right, but no, I have no excuse. I just wore it because I was like, oh, double-sided, more protection.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
totally what I thought.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah,
and that's one of those cases where less is more. You know, kind of going into it and everything too for your fighting and everything. Mm-hmm. So trim up, get your weight back underneath. Yeah, they're getting to 165. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Don't starve yourself.
I won't. No, I've learned my lesson. You know, so I want to have enough energy to beat the crap out of all of our training partners. Like,
yes,
like Zach and Vinny.
So, Vinny, he's funny, man. He had, I was hanging out with him, with all of them at the academy for like the past week. I like training him. He's very coachable.
He is.
Very coachable.
He's very talented.
So, for other people at the academy and stuff, you know, when are you coaching there right now? Because usually it's like one day a week right now. Right? You're busy with work.
Yeah, you know, I have folks cover for some of the other coaches cover for me a lot because I travel a decent amount for work. But right now, I teach Thursday in the evenings. So I teach bag class at 7:15 p.m. and I teach the fundamentals at 8 p.m. on Thursday evenings. Usually you can catch me in sparring right before that bag class too. And then of course, like now that ever since we moved to the new location, I've been thinking like, hey, I want to get into like doing this a little more. I've been trying to show up to attend some more classes myself.
But, yeah, just to train.
Yeah. But come to drilling and sparring at 6:30 on Thursdays so we can throw down before you come take my bag class.
There you go. So with the new space and, you know, new motivations, obviously, for a lot of people, I think.
Oh yeah,
the energy's high right now.
Yeah,
and very, like I said, it's an exciting time to be in the sport. Like I was talking to you, it was like Tulsi Gabbard. I think it's the first time a U.S. presidential candidate is trained Muay Thai. Like,
yeah, publicly at least.
Yeah, as far as we know, right?
I mean, not a shocker that it was her. If you had to, yeah,
she's
super outdoorsy
in Thailand. So the thing is, it's not just anything.
She's an influencer for like, you know, certain brands that that are like outdoorsy, like adjacent.
Okay, I don't know much about. I know who she, like, in general, who she is.
She's like I think it's known that she's like an active person and
yeah,
brand. Like I'm not like I mean,
shout out to.
So I would have put my money on her before like Ted Cruz or Chris Christie. But imagine Ted Cruz. Think about the competition.
Hey, imagine Dan Crenshaw training Muay Thai.
Yeah, well, I guess that one's believable too. At least he did something semi-active.
Yeah, he was in combat. He's combat, right?
Dude, who cares?
I still have that meme saved on my phone.
Second only to Pelosi when it comes to like trading returns.
Is he?
Oh, he's up there, dude.
Oh, he's up there too.
Up there.
Is that why you sent me the bundle of sticks meme? Or was that you that sent that?
Oh, probably.
I saved it on my phone, dude.
Look, this guy's a clown.
Yeah, I saved it on my phone.
Don't get me started.
Dude. Well,
don't make this political.
I sent it to my European friends. I have some guys in Portugal I met in Thailand. I sent him out. He's like, I don't get it. I'm like, go Google what
a bundle
of sticks is. Like, what is the word for a bundle of sticks?
Yeah.
And you'll realize what the meme was. So and it was a bundle of sticks with an eye patch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was me. That was for sure me. And if it wasn't, I would lie and say there was.
I still laugh at it because it's like one of those things I still use like to this day when the timing comes up and with the right crowd. But seeing that too and coming out for competitors and seeing that focus, what do you see like? Where do you see Muay Thai going? Right now from when you started.
Yeah, well, it could go a couple different ways. Like it's definitely blowing up in popularity, and I think like the fear is that like it
It's getting taekwondoized.
yeah, you don't want it to become. I mean, like really, it's like sort of happening to jujitsu a little bit, where it's like a little bit McDojo-ized. But the nice thing is that at least with jujitsu, like there's enough of a meritocracy of like you can either tap the black belts in this gym or you can't, and your black belts are either succeeding in competition or they're not. Where it's hard for it to completely become the laughing stock that karate and taekwondo have become in America. So whereas like, and like Muay Thai again, it's like that's bolstered by a full contact competition to like keep it.
It's like what can you put?
Yeah, it's like the people that are teaching are either competing or have competed or they're not.
Or they're making good competitors too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what can you
not
produce?
yeah, like I don't like Manny Pacquiao doesn't need to watch Freddie Roach win a fight to learn from Freddie Roach.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
But if people like Freddie Roach are making people like Manny Pacquiao better, then like that's good. But so it's like as long as people stay with gyms that have like good competition records and that they're fighting in actual Muay Thai rules.
And they can produce. That's why
Exactly.
Produce. You always produce.
So like, hopefully we see more and more Muay Thai pop up. Hopefully there are more shows. Hopefully there it'd be really great to see a professional promotion take off more in the US, whether it's one championship having more shows here, because they're doing a great job of making Muay Thai more popular. Granted, it's not the most authentic version of Muay Thai.
I think they're trying to get to the state of Arizona.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
because I know they have had several fights in Denver, right?
Yeah, because the Denver Boxing Commission accepted their modification to the unified rules of MMA.
Okay.
And in turn, UFC actually said, well, we're not going to come to Colorado anymore. It took them 3 years. They eventually came back. Yeah. They left Colorado.
I mean, that's the thing. Like the UFC just copied Craig Jones's jiu-jitsu format. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to eventually have a Muay Thai promotion.
My last episode was literally just about this, but he talked to Dana White, got asked if he'd promote kickboxing. He's like, no, like why wouldn't I do Muay Thai instead?
Yeah, he said that, but he kind of said it like, why would I do that when I wouldn't even do Muay Thai and Muay Thai is better?
Yeah.
Or he said more violent.
Yeah, more violent.
Which obviously, like for him as a promoter, he's like, yeah, it's better.
Yeah. So the thing is with it, like I talked a lot about like his era that he grew up. He saw a lot of promoters from that era, the PKA, old school kickboxing, that tried to promote it, and they fell flat in the face because they didn't get it. Right? Yeah. They're not doing it. So there's some new promoters that are out there, I think, that are hitting it. Warriors Cup is one of them. They're doing a show every month in New York, pro name, high level. It's doing great. They're bringing it to the West Coast. They're supposed to be this Thursday. They're supposed to be in LA, but because of the riots, the show got canceled.
Yeah.
So there is Coalition Muay Thai. That's another one from New Mexico, and they're doing them in Texas also. There's there's promoters out here. There's Samurai Soul. There's pro and amateur. And I think he's in like 9 of them now. And then there's also SAA Alliance has done a lot of amateur, and they've done a couple pro shows also. And I know there's gonna be more.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. There was no avenue for anybody to develop pro fighters.
Yeah, I'd like to get to a point where it's like people who are only tangentially related to Muay Thai. Maybe they just know combat sports in general. And they know the names of one of those, because it's like people that there are people that today are still like, yeah, there hasn't been any pro Muay Thai in the U.S. since Lion Fight. It's like a lot of people are familiar with the name Lion Fight.
Yeah, they still know that there's other stuff.
Exactly. So I would like to see like some of those promotions get to that level of notoriety.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Muay Thai ever in the UFC, because that would be like that might be Dana White admitting that somebody else has like a good thing going and like, oh, I don't want to become like one championship because we're better than one championship.
Well, yeah, but
I wouldn't be shocked if that's part of
if someone comes up with a good business model and they're making money with it, he's gonna do it. Because that's what the other than
just to think of like
jiu-jitsu.
a lot of the guys that are like, and he can keep, obviously he do whatever he wants, but I mean like MMA is always going to be the crown jewel of the UFC, and that makes sense.
Yeah,
But it's like you see guys that like they aren't hanging in there as much anymore, and so they leave and they go do bare knuckle boxing.
yeah,
It'd be cool to see like, not that I want Muay Thai to be the fallback for aging out MMA fighters, but the point is if there's markets for other combat sports out there that like guys are going into, and like even there's even been some guys that like, was it John Fitch that fought Asa Tenpao in Muay Thai rules? And it was John Fitch's first Muay Thai fight.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he fought Asa Tenpao and won championship. He won.
Oh yeah.
He knocked him out, dude.
I remember that.
Yeah, John Fitch is like 90 years
I
old.
think he broke his orbital too.
I think so. He hit it hard.
Yeah, I think he broke his orbital because I remember that.
Is it John Fitch or am I?
I don't think it's John.
It's not
Fitch.
John Fitch.
No.
Why am I?
Look that shit up.
That?
Pull that shit up. But you know what you're getting at too, man. Like Asa Tenpao, man. You see, he's knocked out 600 Kronbong. Did you see that one yet?
No, I didn't.
Dude, yeah, he knocked out the man who yields to no one.
John Lineker.
John Lineker.
I don't know why I was
like John Fitch. John Lineker.
Not John Fitch. John Lineker.
But
that dude hits so hard.
Yeah,
it's scary. Yeah, his first ever Muay Thai fight, he KOs Asa Tenpao.
It's those tiny gloves to like change the game.
It is,
right?
And he just came forward and was aggressive.
So going back on the UFC and what they're doing, so they actually I just got an advertisement. They're pushing the small, like the Globo UFC gyms.
Yeah,
they're now doing small like jiu-jitsu studio franchises of UFC gyms.
Really?
It just rolled out with their whole
without like the cryo chamber.
Yeah, without all that stuff. So it's just the jiu-jitsu facility because they're doing the same, but it's the same model that Gracie Barra. For anybody that doesn't know, Gracie Barra has been around Brazilian jiu-jitsu. They're kind of known as like they laugh at McDonald's and Muay Thai.
Yeah,
because it's a major franchise, right? So now for the first time, I think this is probably like 10 Planet is actually a licensed model. It's not a franchise. I think this is actually the second like big franchise that's kind of rolling into jiu-jitsu, and it's the UFC along with their UFC promotion platform. So I think it's a marketing thing, and I think it's going to be pretty fucking successful.
Probably.
Yeah, because of that. So I think, and of course, not a lot of people are going to flock to it, but they can open up in those places where they don't have access to.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to align more and more with the combat sport,
but I bet you there's going to be one opening up in Ventura.
Yeah, maybe.
I've
been to a UFC gym once ever. It's the one in Oxnard, and I hated it when I was in there.
Why?
Because
I've never been.
Well, part of it was that I hadn't been to like a commercial gym in a while. So like I went in there to just do some powerlifting with my buddy. And like, first of all, I look and I see like there's a dude trying to teach like a kickboxing class in the octagon that they have, while it's like right next to like they're blasting music for like everyone who's in there to lift. And I'm like, that would be annoying to be teaching that. But also I'm like, it's been a while since since I've been to a major commercial gym at like 6 p.m. on a weekday.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the Serengeti, dude.
I
People are dressed to fuck in there, dude. It's crazy. It's like everyone's in there like, it's like tight leggings that are up everyone's ass, and it's just like, I don't want to be in here.
Hey,
like,
I said we're not gonna talk about that right
I'm
now.
married. I got a kid. Like what the?
I avoid.
It felt like it was like being in a nightclub.
I go to EOS Fitness.
Like I want to do deadlifts and like make weird sounds. I don't want to. I don't want to watch some chick who's waiting to get hit on.
I go to EOS Fitness in Scottsdale. Yeah, and I'm very much like I like it there. I go there daytime. Nighttime it gets kind of crazy. Daytime, it's just people lifting, doing work. There's no crazy shit like that. Yeah. So it's like for me, I'm like I avoid at all costs. I try not to go after like 4 p.m. because if I go after that, it just starts getting fucking crazy. Probably not to that level, like a place like that.
But it was just like a lot of like early 20s to early 30s people in there, and I'm just like, this is just not like it's just so busy.
Well, that's very much their target audience.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Totally. Yeah. So I think if they go and they open up places that maybe like put some of that stuff to the side and they focus more on jiu-jitsu, like that would probably make a lot of sense. Especially if they focus on kids programs and there's, parents that aren't super into it, but their kids want to do it. And they're like, oh yeah, like UFC, they have a thing. Yeah, I'm taking my son to do UFC.
And you can work out while they do the class.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, going on to that too, let's, if you were going to go back, like if you're going to give baby Muay Thai Connor some advice, what would you give baby Connor as that advice? This is the advice like you give to a beginner. What would you say?
The advice that I give to a beginner. Yeah. So this is the advice that I give to a ton of people. It's that you need to try to treat hitting the bag and hitting the pads the same. Like, you need to think of those the same way that you think of sparring. When I first started martial arts, like, I was really good. Like, I was super good on the pads and on the bag. It's like, you tell me to step this way and do it this way when I kick, no problem. I'll never do it wrong again. I was excellent. And I trained for a couple years like that. And then the first time I go to spar, it's like it was like a totally different thing. And I treated hitting pads like a separate sport than I did sparring. Like, I wouldn't do the things in sparring that I ever did on the pads. Like, it wasn't the same at all.
You didn't treat it the same.
No, not at all. And like, you just need to think like you need to think, it's like, when I'm hitting the pads, like, I need to act the way that I act when I'm sparring. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like, I try to get people to do that. It's like, hey, the combination doesn't end after you've hit the last shot in the combo.
Yeah.
Combination ends when you've done that and you've disengaged and then you moved around and all this stuff. It's like, then if you want to take a break and you want to breathe or whatever, like, fine. But like, like, be tired. Just don't show me that you're tired. Stuff like that. Like,
That word doesn't
just-
exist.
I know it's like, and a lot of it's on the pad holder to like just up the intensity with
Yeah,
some
making sure
little
moving and stuff.
subtle things that they can do, but you'll just get better so much faster if like you don't hit the bag to like kill time and like, oh, I'm working out. Like, if you think like, no, I'm sparring, I'm moving, I'm not saying that you have to like add in a ton of defense or whatever, but I think like just the mindset that you take when you hit pads is very important, and you can accelerate your growth, because what happens is you spar for a while and then finally you're like, oh, you know what? I should probably be drilling this stuff more on the pads. And then the other thing that I've said to a lot of people is like, figure out what you're good at. Like, because one, like, just doing that causes people to think critically about what they're actually good at. But usually someone gets complimented on something, it's like, oh, hey, like, your right kick is really good. And whether it's true or not, you're like, yeah, my right kick is really good. And then you start doing a bunch of things to set up your right kick.
Yeah.
It's like, figure out what you're good at. And then and then tell your coaches like, hey, this is something that I'm good at. This is something that I want to do. This is my favorite combo. And we can give you more ways to set up your best thing.
But there's an important detail there that you covered.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure people don't glance over, is you have to do all the things, figure out what is working for you.
Yeah.
Don't go in there with this thing like, I'm a Muay Thai fighter and I'm 5'6". I'm a knee fighter. It's like, no, bro. Like, that's not going to work out so good for you. Find what works for you, right?
Exactly.
Before you do this.
Yeah. No, totally.
That's one of those things I think it's key for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, there are some people that like, like, they just, for whatever reason, they have it figured out. Like, they kick like super well. And there's other people that it's like, hey, you're super good at like throwing straight punches. Like, you would be shocked, for those of you that haven't seen like relatively new people fight, how rare like a good straight punch is in a fight between two people who are debuting full contact. Like, it's so much like crazy,
Everything's
like
round.
rock'em sock'em. Yeah, it's like, it's rare. Like, I remember the first time Ryan courted me, he's like, your right cross is really good, man. And I'm just like, I mean, I just punch in a straight line, dude. And he's like, yeah, but no one does that with me.
This is true. It's true.
You'd be surprised, like, the weird things that people do when they're like, when they're open to getting hit back full force, and they think that everything is going to get blocked if they punch straight.
We need to get your ass to Thailand, dude.
Dude, I want to go so bad.
I know, but it's hard with life.
Getting really hard with life.
Yeah, life.
I want to get in shape, and then I want to go. Ideally, what would be great is I want to fight in Thailand too. So
Let's fight in December.
Well, I'm saying that it would be great if I could fight here again so that people could see, and then I go fight in Thailand. And
yeah, you can do it.
that'd be great. Because then I get to retire. Because in Thailand it's all pro.
No, but I mean, no, it's not. Like so some of the rules are changed on fighting in Thailand.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, I know you.
If my send off is I have a fight in Thailand, that's how I want to do it.
We better
Plus,
fucking win, dude.
Then I could say, what do you think I'm gonna plan to lose?
I don't fucking know.
Fuck,
I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah, but you gotta get out there. We're gonna do another Thailand training camp trip. For anybody's interested, Thailand.puumuaythai.com.
Yeah,
come out.
It'd be sick, man.
Dude, it was the last trip was freaking epic, and then the one before that with Ed and everybody too was super awesome. So always a good group. Right now is like the best time to be in Thailand, and like because it's changing so much in Thailand.
Mhm.
It's important that you get there as soon as possible because the old version of Muay Thai is going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for better or worse. So only time will tell. And I think there'll be a cycle. I think it'll come back. I've talked about this a lot, but it'll probably be like a decade before that happens. So go back and see it now. Go see it now, so that way when you like, oh, I remember this.
I want to go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before I have more and more kids.
awesome, man.
Get out there.
It's like almost 10:30. We should probably
Dang, yeah, it is.
probably start.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Well,
It's been fun. It's been a while.
I know it's good to catch up and shoot shit. It's like I know we talk on WhatsApp or in meetings or whatever, phone. Sometimes just call, say what's up, but it's nice to like hang out. And
Yeah, nice to come by and
come on here,
do this in person.
Teep Studios. Like when you came here, like, I know it was like actual office. Like you're like, I thought it was
Yeah, I thought you were doing it out of your house, dude.
no,
There's an actual office.
actual recording space, right? Well, thank you. For anybody that's out there, make sure to like and subscribe. If you are on YouTube, hit the subscription button.
YouTube.
Yeah, we have some awesome guests coming in down the pipe here at Teep Studios, actually. Got a lot of people coming in. And just everybody that's been out there and supporting. Shout out to all the Pu'u Muay Thai students. Been out there. Make sure to keep Coach Connor on his toes. Even if he pretends that he didn't pull his hamstring, you can still kick his ass, okay?
I've been possible to hurt.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Yeah. All right. With that said, we'll see you guys next time. Swadee Kap. All right. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast. If you enjoy the content, go leave a review over on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Give us a rating. It means the world to us. Also, if you want to be a guest on the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast, or if you just want to shout out to your friend, go check us out at podcast.puumuaythai.com. You can submit to be able to be a guest on the podcast. You can submit what you want to talk about. Also, if you want to just give a shout out, there's a button for that too. Swadee Kap.